Today I'm sharing my doable kitchen refresh ideas. One day it will be so exciting to renovate, but for now, here are my tips and tricks for loving my kitchen right now. Today I'm not talking about knocking down walls, ripping out tiles, or even painting cabinets. Just some little things on a budget that anyone can do that make a big difference. Our kitchen is a little dated, a little stuck in the 90s, has some warped and peeling laminate cabinets, all the ledges you could ever want, a weird peninsula, and kind of feels closed off from the rest of the main living area. But hey, the countertops are nice, and I'm grateful there's space for 3 stools for my kids. First on my list is paint, of course. The kitchen was white when we moved in, and I see why. It doesn't have a window, and it's sort of walled off here in the middle of the house. I tried stenciling the backsplash and the molding all the way to the top for some personality and some pattern. I liked it for a while, and then it kind of got to me, so I painted it back white. And that's the beauty of paint. It's inexpensive, and it changes the look of a space completely. By the way, this is my one-day inspiration photo by Irene Edwards. We don't have all the space that this kitchen has, but I love the idea of utilizing all that space up top and then opening up the wall to the main living space with a kitchen island. It would be fun to try peel and stick tile here, but we have way too many outlets and only 1 out of 4 work on this wall. I have no idea why. And by the way, you can paint tile backsplash if your current color isn't working for you. I know it's controversial. Every time I post about it, people comment to let me know, but my painted tile is still doing well after 5 years. I can link that below if you'd like to see, so it is an option. I also painted the side of my fridge using the same technique as the tile, Stix bonding primer and oil-based enamel. It was a dark charcoal gray, and painting it white eliminated the big gray box effect and hopefully gave it more of a built-in feel. I don't know, I get some crazy ideas sometimes. Declutter. I think the fastest and cheapest way to elevate your kitchen's look is to declutter, to take down the packaged food and random stuff on top of the refrigerator, put away the color plastic containers and piles of stuff. This makes me think about the cluttered kitchen set on The Middle, a very underrated show if you ask me. Look above that ledge there. I mean, I have 3 kids and I cook a lot, so there's often lots of dishes lining the sink, and I do love the cozy little vignettes that people do on the countertops, but we don't have much space in this kitchen, so I prefer to keep a pretty clean counter without decor, just some fruit and some frequently used appliances. And I'm a paper towels out in the open kind of mom, but I did buy an inexpensive paper towel holder that just sticks to the underside of the cabinet to free up space. Ledges are a temptation to add knickknacks and line it with collections and such. I did try adding some decor to the ledges above. I tried 2 faux olive trees up there, and it added some height to that open area, but eventually I took them down. Anyway, if I were to decorate a big space like this, I would prefer fewer but bigger items like here on yet another ledge in our living room. Let's talk about appliances. Do I think less appliances on the counter looks cleaner and more elevated? Yeah, of course. But these are appliances I use every day, and I don't have storage for them even if I wanted to. Now, some may think this is boring, but my solution was to choose white options to hopefully visually simplify the countertops. If you currently have more than a few appliances out, maybe try storing a couple and see if it gives your space a little breathing room. Functional decor. Well, in this kitchen, I do seem to prefer simplicity. There are a few touches I do like to do to add warmth and personality, but that also makes sense in a kitchen. First, displays. Like I said, I like to group like items on the shelf above the doorway. It's fun to group pictures like I've done here, or you could do baskets or vases. If you have open cabinet shelving, you could display dish or glass collections. Also, I have the cutest little radio Bluetooth speaker on the shelf. You can charge it or do it by battery. And I love to listen to music or podcasts while I cook and clean. I spend a lot of time in here these days, and it's so cute. I think it's like $16 also. You could buy more neutral brushes and a pretty soap dispenser that sit out all the time. I've seen prettier setups than this, but it does look nicer than the bright blue brush and plastic soap bottle I had out before. And finally, rugs. We have too much foot traffic and food spilling going on in this tight space for a nice rug, but I do love the look of them, so I opted for these anti-fatigue mats that resemble rugs instead, and they wipe off easily. Lighting. It's always cozy to have a small lamp on in the kitchen at nighttime. Counter space and outlets are limited here, so I chose to add this battery sconce on the side of the cabinet, and then I used the matching one in the hallway. But a little lamp by the window, if you have one, would be so pretty. You could also do a rope light or LED strip underneath cabinets for a soft nighttime glow as well. You could swap out pendants or fans if budget permits. We swapped out the dated white fan here for a simple $70 stainless steel one, as well as this very 90s fixture that was here. You know the one I'm talking about. Plants. Life plants give a space life. Here's a sad little basil plant that I'm trying to bring back to life. It's always nice if items in the kitchen are functional as well, so herbs or produce would be perfect. It's hard with little light in here, but I did add some faux succulents on the side of the fridge with these fun magnets I found on clearance at Target years ago. Or you could do vases with large tree trimmings. That would work great to add character and a freshness to the space. Next is hardware. This is the obvious one to replace hardware. It sure does go a long way to update a space though. These were updates I did in my in-laws' house next door. Our hardware was updated before we moved in and I like them just fine. They match the tone of our broken faucet. Art. These are actually in my dining room, but artwork is a great way to add character or introduce color if you have a blank wall or tuck a favorite piece in an unexpected place. It is my favorite thing to thrift. Next is shelving. We have all these ledges, but they're not functional to reach, and like I said, I don't love decor up there. So I added 2 little white shelves on the side of this cabinet for a few prettier items to be easily accessible. Above the door frame is an often overlooked area to add shelving for cookbooks or extra dishware. This kitchen doesn't have a lot of storage, so I added a shelf where I'm storing some extra pictures I don't use all the time. I'm always experimenting with this spot. I kind of debate whether it competes with the stupid ledges, but it's there for now. Furniture. Swapping out bar stools or giving them new paint or upholstery is a great update. I'm always eyeing Facebook Marketplace to see if I can replace these, as they've definitely seen better days. And finally, I love when there's space to add a sofa or use an old table for an island or put in a hutch. A piece of furniture that's not a traditional cabinet adds a nice charm. This refinished hutch is off to the side of the kitchen, and I like to use it to display my spring or Christmas dishes. The kitchen is truly the heart of the home, and I cherish all our memories here. I hope my kids remember delicious smells wafting through the house and sitting at the stools telling me about their day. And tell me about you. What are your favorite things about your kitchen? Or tell me its little quirks that you work around. Or if you have any advice how to reconfigure this kitchen of mine in a few years, I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end. I'll see you next time.